All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about one of the most incredible, jaw-dropping historical sites on the entire planet, Sigiriya, Sri Lanka's ancient fortress in the sky. It's this amazing place where history, art, and some seriously brilliant engineering all come together.
I mean, have you ever really thought about that? Because that's not something out of a fantasy novel. It's a real place you can actually visit. It's an adventure that challenges you physically while pulling you back through centuries of history. So to really get Sigiriya, you got to go back to the beginning. Let's set the stage for how this unbelievable monument even came to be. Okay, picture this. We're going way back to the 5th century. And a king looks at this thing, this seemingly impossible to climb rock, and thinks, yep, that's it. That's where I'm going to build my new capital.
And that king? He had a name, Kashapa. His vision became what we now know as Sigiriya. This wasn't just some crude fort. It was an entire city complex, with gorgeous gardens, fountains, and of course, a palace sitting right on the very top. Now look, building a palace on a giant rock is one thing, but getting up there? That's a whole other story. The climb itself is a huge part of the experience, both for the people back then and for everyone who visits today. 1,200. Just let that number sink in for a second. It really tells you everything you need to know about the scale of this journey.
That's right. To get to the summit, to stand where King Kashyapa's palace once was, you have to conquer 1,200 steps. And we're not talking about your average staircase here. It's this wild mix of ancient, hand-carved stone steps and modern metal stairways that are literally bolted to the side of the cliff.
But yeah, that quote, it hits the nail on the head. Because after all that climbing, the payoff is just wow. You get these insane panoramic views across the Sri Lankan jungle. You can see for miles and miles, and you honestly feel like you are on top of the world. The effort is absolutely part of what makes it so amazing. But the journey to the top isn't just about the workout and the view. Not at all. The path itself is basically an open-air museum, holding these artistic treasures that have somehow survived for more than 1,500 years. About halfway up the climb, you come to this sheltered little cave-like area on a rock face, and there, painted right onto the wall, are the famous Sigiriya frescoes. They're these beautiful, vibrant paintings of women who some people think are celestial maidens. The colors are still so vivid, it's like getting a direct peek into the art and culture of the 5th century. Then, as you get near the summit, you reach this large, flat area. And this is where Sigiriya, Lion Rock, really earns its name. The final staircase up to the palace used to pass through the mouth of a massive lion that was carved into the rock. Today, only the 2 gigantic paws are left, but you can just imagine how incredible and intimidating the whole thing must have looked.
Okay, so when you put it all together, the crazy climb, the ancient art, the ruins at the top, what does Sigiriya actually represent today? What's its place in the world now?
Well, for starters, it's recognized as being incredibly important to all of humanity. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. I mean, that puts it in the same league as places like the Great Wall of China or the pyramids in Egypt. It's that significant.
And you know why it earned that? Because it's so much more than just a fortress. The whole area at the base of the rock is this masterpiece of urban planning. You've got these symmetrical water gardens, boulder gardens, terraced gardens, and they had this unbelievably advanced hydraulic system that could actually pump water all the way to the top. It was pure genius for the 5th century.
So at the end of the day, visiting Sigiriya it's a powerful feeling. You're literally walking in the footsteps of people who lived over a millennium and a half ago. You can feel the history in the air, and it's all set against this backdrop of Sri Lanka's stunning natural beauty.
And that kind of leaves you with one last amazing thought, right? Standing up there on the ruins of a sky palace from the 5th century, if those rocks could talk, what stories would they even tell? What tales of royalty, ambition, and daily life are held in those stones? It's pretty incredible to think about.